Okay, this is measurement, lesson 9, part 2, and we're going to do build your skills questions 5 and 6 and 7. So the nominal value of a measurement is 16.056 hundredths of a meter with a tolerance of 0.0007 thousandths of a meter. Which of the following measurements meets the standard? So what we have to do first, if that's the tolerance, we got to find our our plus and our minus, our range. So take the tolerance and divide it by 2, and we get 0.00035 meters. So that's our plus and minus, and then our nominal is 16.056. So what that means is for our maximum, we're going to add and our maximum comes out to 0.5635. And our minimum, we do the opposite. We're going to subtract it. And we end up with 16.05565. So that's our high and our low. And if you want to get rid of these two, just so that you can only focus on the two numbers there, that is not a bad plan. Plus or minus. Okay, so again, we're looking at maximum and minimum, and we're asking ourselves, do these fit between the minimum and the maximum? Okay, so the first one is no, too big. The second one is a yes. Third one's a yes. Fourth one is a yes. The next one here, 5625. That is a yes. $16.055655. That'd be a yes. 0.5535. That would be a no. Too small. Okay. Just double check them all. Yep. Yes. Yes. And I'm just looking at from the hundredths place on. I'm not even looking at the 16 part there. Okay, number 6. Write the maximum and minimum values represented by each of the following. So 350 plus 5 would give us 355. Minimum 345. 18 inches plus an eighth or minus an eighth. Okay, so if you add an eighth, it'd be 18 and 1/8. The minimum, so if we went 18 down an eighth, and all you have to do is take a look back at our little ruler here. If we go down an eighth to the blue one here, right? So let's just pretend that this is 18 and this is 17. We're at 7/8 of the way. So it would be 17 inches and 7/8. Okay, C, 25 plus 0. So that means it is the maximum. And then the minimum is negative 0.5. So 24 and a half. D, 1.175 plus. And no, and it can't go any lower. So this is our maximum then. And if we add it, we end up at 1.225 centimeters. Okay, E, 3.5. Can't go up anymore, it says, so that is our maximum. Now our minimum, we're at 3.5, go down an eighth. Okay, so I'm gonna go back up to my ruler here. So if we're at the halfway point, should be right here. If we go down an eighth, which are in blue, we end up right here. Okay, so that means we're at 1, 2, 3/8. Okay, so we are at 3 3/8. Okay, 24 1/4, up an eighth. Okay, so that's our minimum then. Just can't go any lower, it says. So again, if I go back up to my ruler, and it says we're at a quarter. So a quarter would be in red here, right here. And I'll just erase that so you can see it. So we are right here. And they're saying go up an eighth. So that would be to the blue right here. So that would be 1, 2, 3/8. So 20, well, that's our minimum, sorry. So our maximum would be 24 3/8. Machinery part has a nominal value of 8.9 and a tolerance of 0.005. Calculate the maximum minimum. We need to get the range first. Actually, I'll just do that over here. And divide it by 2. And we end up with plus or minus 0.0025 centimeters. Okay, so we're just going to add and subtract from 8.9. So our maximum would be 8.9025. And then subtract 8.9 and 0.0025, and you end up with 8.8975. And then it says write the dimension in the form minimum value plus the tolerance minus 0. Okay, so our minimum is 8.8975 minus 0 because you can't go any lower, it's our minimum, and plus 0.005 because we got to get back up to the maximum. And that is the end of measurement, lesson 9, part 2.